Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Charles Abels, local photographer in and around Prescott Valley, Arizona. I hope you enjoy this presentation. I had to take care of some things here, look for stats, because what I'm about to talk to you about is what is the best camera that you can buy, especially a point and shoot camera. And that's really what I'm going to focus on. When my smartphone crashed earlier this week, fortunately, I'm an old man, and the fact that my smartphone went down, if there was any concerns that I had, it was that I couldn't get a hold of my family if I needed to via the smartphone. And that was it. Generally, when it comes to my family, I either call or I text, one or the other. All the other bells and whistles that are in there, I could live without. We didn't have them when I was growing up, and there was no real need for them. However, having said that, I still knew that I was going to end up buying one anyway. Have to. Bought one for Sally, bought one for me. We won't go into details of where and everything else, but I will say this. And I know this for a fact. I'm a photographer, and I love my cameras. I love shooting with these cameras. I prefer to use these cameras. But when it comes to point and shoot, the old point and shoot cameras of the days are long gone. Really, you don't need to buy a point and shoot camera. Keep in mind, this is in my opinion, because today you have these things. Now this is a if I can remember it, it's a Samsung S22 Ultra. This thing is almost a miniature computer that just scares the bejesus out of me. It's got more bells and whistles in it than anything I ever had. But more importantly, and I didn't purchase it for this reason, but I got it nonetheless, is look at that. You have 5 lenses here. 4 lenses, I'm sorry. 4 lenses here. Looks like a spider eye. And then of course you have your selfie lens up here to take pictures. Now what I want to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to go into too great a detail on how to operate this thing because most people already know how. Tell me if you hadn't walked the streets or walked in a store or walked on a vacation out in the Grand Canyon or whatever, and you see people taking photographs using their smartphones. It's remarkable. So in any event, give me a moment. All right. Doggone battery's dying on me. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to get into some specs here. They're quick specs. Like I said, I'm sure everybody that has a smartphone knows how to use their camera. I see it all the time. People out there, even in the Grand Canyon, can you believe that? Pulling out their smartphone and taking a landscape picture. I have no idea, or a video, but they're down there in the groves, I'm telling you. But having said that, probably to me one of the remarkable things is this selfie, they call it a selfie camera, the selfie camera. This thing has a 40 megapixel selfie camera. Can you believe that? I don't even know if my computer can handle all that megapixels. And then of course on the back side of it, if you give me a moment, oh my goodness gracious. One lens. It's a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. It's got a focal length of 120 degrees, or a focal vision. I have no idea what the tech stats mean on these things. But anyway, 120 degrees, that is, whoa, for a wide angle camera. That's the ultra wide. Now, the interesting thing is the wide angle camera is 108 megapixels. 108, and it's got a field of vision. That's what that FOV is, field of vision. Yeah, 85 degrees. That's like the, let me see what I got here. That's like number 2 here, I think. Number 2 lens. Number 3 lens. It is a telephoto camera. It has a telephoto lens on it. That is at 10 megapixels. It's got a focus of vision view of, or field of view of 11 degrees. Up close and personal. And then one of the other lenses is a 10 megapixels telephoto lens that's got a dual pixel automatic focus, and it has a field of view at 36 degrees. Now I have no idea what that is. Oh, and it's also a 3-time optical zoom, so I can use that. And the one above that is a 10-time. So it's got so much stuff on there, it's almost scary, for me anyway. For youngsters that understand this stuff, it's a great thing for them, which is probably why I see them use this quite often. But I digress. What I want to do today is I do have to run an errand into Prescott. I'm going to be dropping off photographs, photograph samples at the Zeus Prescott Center of the Arts for purposes of hopefully having 3 pieces juried in for the next show coming up about Path. And so I got to finish working on that. But nevertheless, I want to take this out here with me today, and this is going to be my primary camera. Naturally, I want to have this with me, and I'm going to just simply use this as my secondary camera. This feature shows me in the screen really, that's new to me, and I kind of like it. But that is the old Catholic Church in Prescott, and that's where Zeus Prescott Center for the Arts is, and that's where I'm going to drop off my pieces to be juried in and hopefully accepted. So then afterwards, we're going to be getting some pictures. I hope you enjoyed that bit of a presentation using a smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. How does it stack up with a point and shoot camera? Well, admittingly, I'm old school. The one thing that bothered me was using the screen all the time. I never did care too much for that. But what can you say? I'm old school. I like the old-fashioned viewfinder. I just soon look through that old-fashioned viewfinder and compose my shots. However, having said that, that's just because I'm a grumpy old man here. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to the point and shoot philosophy or the point and shoot cameras, smartphone today is more than capable of being a point and shoot camera. This particular one that I have has so many bells and whistles on it. As I was using it in Prescott coming home, thing scared me. There was so much stuff on there, so much trickery, so much wizardly that it scared me. So what is for me the benefit of the smartphone is the fact that I know that I have it as an emergency. I can use it if I don't have my cameras nearby or on me, and I personally think today they take remarkable photographs and videos as well. So for those that are looking at getting a point and shoot camera, forget about it. Just go with a smartphone. You don't need to spend the capital, the money to get you a point and shoot camera. Anymore now, the point and shoots are pretty much like the smartphone. They don't have a viewfinder on them. Viewfinders are a thing of the past, really. And so just stick with the smartphone. I will stick with the cameras. But the nice thing about it is I have a smartphone as a backup that I can use. Having said that, if you like this channel or you like this presentation, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below there somewhere. And until next time, we'll see you later.